This is week 7, Persuasive Speech Essay. Today I have my son Jaden and my daughter Kalia, and they will be my audience for this presentation. Thank you. Today I will be discussing the topic of culinary sustainability and ethical consumption. I will discuss the importance of organic farming and local crops, how it impacts the environment, and areas of improvement. My name is Tyshana, of course you know. In October 2024, I graduated from Escoffier Auguste School of Culinary Arts. And today, once again, I will be talking about culinary sustainability and ethical consumption. As a consumer, we should focus on organic crops and supporting our local farms in the community. Have you ever took a minute and wondered where your produce and your products come from?
Yes.
Are they locally raised or grown, or do they come from a manufacturing plant? Have you noticed that you avoid the organic sign or aisle because of the prices? Or are you taking the extra step and extra precaution to make sure that the food that you consume every day is safe for you and your family? Have you thought about the food intake that can reduce sickness and disease? These are the types of questions that I want you to keep in mind as we go along in this discussion. Today, I hope to clarify the issues mentioned above and provide a broader perspective on making more mindful decisions as a consumer. Culinary sustainability is the practice of preparing and consuming food in ways that support a healthy planet. As a consumer, this means being more mindful of where your food comes from, how it is produced, and how it will have its impact on the environment. By mindfully choosing sustainable options, you can contribute to a healthier ecosystem and display ethical practices in the food industry. This is mentioned in the 2023 article on sustainability in restaurants and why does it matter. In 2016, Hahn stated that understanding the behavior of future chefs also involves how they look at their environment and how they interact with their environment. It is important to consider ethical practices and sustainability awareness. This is mentioned in the article of Cultivating Ethical Culinary Practices and Sustainability Awareness in Culinary Education. We can effectively use our resources to promote healthy alternatives, minimize waste in our communities, and for an example, organic farming, which organic farming is the process that relies solely on natural processes and resources that promote healthy food, soil, and ecosystems. When it comes to organic farming, it is important to reduce limitations and be more environmental friendly. Organic farming does not require the use of pesticides and chemical fertilizers that can typically cause illness to the consumer, such as skin cancer, liver, and kidney damage to the body of the consumer. Organic farming also lowers the use of everyday water and energy consumption that goes through the crop rotation. It improves the soil that the farmers use to grow their produce. It is essential as the consumer to protect our environment. This can be found in the article 2023, The Role of the Organic Farming in Achieving Sustainability for Agriculture. I watched a webinar by the speaker of Vladimir Zhirinsky, and he addressed the loss of food and waste in balancing sustainability and food safety. Vladimir also went over the requirements that have been set in place to strategize loss and waste. In the guidance document, Food Loss and Waste, is where he found his information. He stated to keep track of the waste, we need to keep records of what was not consumed, purchased, or damaged in the process. Then he began to discuss the prevention plan. The prevention plan, we can utilize optimization or the redistribution of products and produce. We can recycle, we can dispose of our waste properly. In conclusion, everything that I have mentioned today is why I believe in culinary sustainability and ethical consumption. Today, I have presented to you the topic of culinary sustainability and ethical consumption. I have mentioned how it goes hand in hand with one another and how they impact the environment. I mentioned how organic farming helps the environment and how it is different from regular crops. By choosing the organic route, in the end, it reduces illness and disease caused by chemicals that are put into the fertilizers and pesticides in regular crops. By utilizing this method is how we as consumers can manage what we place into our bodies every single day. We should use the recycling method, the disposal method, and the redistribution method that I mentioned earlier to keep track of waste and how we use everything organically. It is important to be mindful of what we are consuming every day. In this way, we can change the world one day and one step at a time. Thank you.